let's take another call. Let's take Lou on line 2. Lou, come on and talk to us.
Thank you, gentlemen, for taking my call.
You're very welcome.
I call the Titans of pro bono, and I compliment you on the services you provide to the less rich in this community. God bless you both.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. You have just entered into the best quote I've heard in 10 years of TV and radio. That's pretty good.
What you've earned for that is 2 dinners on us at Barney's Beanery at any one of their locations. So if you call the 800 number, tell them you've just done that. Platitudes will get you everywhere, and we will send you out the 2 dinners on us.
You're terribly kind, guys.
That's plates for platitudes. Okay, what can we do for you?
I have a housing law question with 3 parts. I am a apartment manager in Palms, and I've lived here 12 years, only been the manager for 2 years, and yet my management company makes illegal entry almost every time they want to do an inspection, and I am powerless to stop them, but I know it's illegal.
Yeah, they're not.
Second, so concerning that, do I have liability because I provide them the keys? I do not open the door, I do not go in.
Well, the law generally requires, except upon an emergency, like you smell the gas leak or
Flames.
Water is coming out through the door.
Smoke.
Flames, smoke, screams, loud moans, or something in there that you have to give, my recollection is 24 hours notice.
You have to give reasonable notice.
Yes, sir, I'm aware of this, but
I'm just doing this for the audience.
Before or without notice.
I assume you're giving no notice, and you're just going into the apartment. They're going into the apartment.
My boss.
Yeah. That's illegal what they're doing. It violates the code. And I suspect that if 2 or more people are, quote, conspiring to do this, I mean, we're just sort of, it technically could be a crime. And it might be a crime, could be a felony if 2 or more people are conspiring.
Yeah, my partner's off heading into the land of conspiracy, but I kind of think that's a stretch. But on the other hand, I do agree that this is not supposed to be happening.
And
it's just not. And you may be creating liability, or they may be creating liability for them and for you since you're a participant.
And I think there's some provisions in the code for damages, statutory damages.
And if you're in Palms, that means you're in the city of Los Angeles. There's a rent stabilization board that oversees landlord-tenant relations, and you may be violating city law as well as state law.
What does the landlord give you as a manager?
You mean pay me?
Yeah, they pay anything?
I received 3/4 of my rent for my payment.
And how much is that about?
Rent's $657. I'm paying $130 in cash. So the difference would be what my pay is.
And how many units are there?
22.
It's a big building. It's a lot of responsibility. Is this a big management company?
They own 16 buildings on the west side and continue these practices in every building.
You have a supervisor?
Yes, sir, and that's the person that's doing it.
Do the bosses know about it?
I suspect so, but I don't. The owner is their boss. She is my boss. I suspect he knows, but I could not confirm because I have no contact with him.
Why do they go in?
They're arrogant. They believe that we're the tenants are beneath contempt and that they own the place. Like last Wednesday, they issued a 24-hour notice for 2 to 5, and they showed up at 11 and demanded to be let in every unit.
Huh. Well, I think it's inappropriate. It may well be illegal. You may have some civil liability for what you're doing.
Even if I just provide them with the key that's there.
Well, you're actively.
I do not go in.
Lou, this may not be your idea, but you are an instrument of their access. That means you're a willing participant, and you know about it in advance. What my partner and I are worried about is that one of these tenants is going to complain to Rent Stabilization Board in Los Angeles, or to the city attorney, or to the attorney general, or they're going to file a lawsuit in Superior Court. They're going to ask for money damages, and guess whose name is going to be in the lawsuit as a defendant? Very possibly you. And for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons you may see your name in this hypothetical lawsuit is because they know you.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. Is this your sole source of income?
No.
You work?
This is my landline.
Do you work?
I'm disabled.
Okay. Well, you know, it's really a horrible thing what they're making you do. It's illegal to go in there by state law unless it's an emergency situation. It doesn't sound like any of these entries are emergency situation. There's also a law in
Of the 9
California.
entries in the last 3 months, they've issued notices only 4 times. The other and of the 4 times, 2 of them they came either before or after the posted hours.
Well, you know, there's a whistleblower statute in California too that you can't be fired for turning someone in. But how many years have you been doing this?
Just 2 years. It was the way once I became disabled to maintain my apartment.
Okay. Well, I think it's a potential problem. You may well be a potential defendant in a lawsuit.
Were I to complain or whistleblow, do you think the Rent Stabilization Board is the place to go?
It's what
That's one place to go.
Yeah. The other one is to get a hold of the City of Los Angeles Consumer Hotline in the city attorney's office and explain the problem to them and tell them that, you know, that you do not, what's going on. Unfortunately, there's a whistleblower statute which protects you maybe from turning them in. But, you know, if these are greedy people and don't care, they might fire you anyway. But, you know,
Most certainly.
that's your choice.
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate
Okay.
that. Before I go, someone should tell you two jokers, hey, you're pretty funny. Second, let me tell you, the service you provide for people who don't have money to regular Beverly Hills law firms is invaluable. There's a special place in heaven for the two of you, and litigants won't be able to bother you there.
Thank
Lou,
you.
thank you very much. We're not really in a
Call
rush
that
to
number
see.
back after you're done for Barney.
Just call the 800 number
After 5 o'clock.
After 5 o'clock.
And we're not in a rush to see that special place in heaven, but we appreciate the thought.
No, hang around.
But he
guys,
ain't
and,
going there anyway.
bless you from the bottom of my heart.
Okay, thank you very
Hey,
much.
Lou,
and good
thank
luck.
you very much for calling Legal Help
Take care.
Live.
I think we got to go to break.